Okay. It looks like we are live. I think we are live. Oh, we've got people. My mum's there. Hello, mum. And also Harry. Very good evening to you both. Just going to have a little bit of a play on 2 meters tonight. Just making sure that everything's working okay, and it looks like it is. So yeah, the whole idea of tonight is really just to have a little bit of a play on 2 meters. Let me just shut the door for a second. Otherwise, the wife and Teddy will be coming in, causing chaos. So yeah, the whole idea of tonight is just to have a little bit of a play on the radio and try and get a little bit of activity. So let me just take this hat off. I don't really need that on. Right, okay, so let's just turn that down so that it's not echoing too much, and turn that on. Just a little bit of background here. For those of you that don't know, I'm using a Flex. I'm using the Power SDR software. And although I'm talking to you at the moment using this studio mic, hopefully, if everything goes well, you'll be hearing my audio coming out of this microphone through the Flex and then through the studio software. So there you go. So let's just get on with it and see what happens. Is the frequency clear, please? Mic 0, X-ray, mic X-ray. Is this frequency clear, please?
Mic 0, X-ray, mic X-ray. Golf 3 November Foxtrot Charlie Portable.
G3NFC Portable. Very good evening to you, Mike. Very nice to hear you. Hopefully I'm coming across okay. I'm just doing a bit of a live feed actually on Facebook and also on YouTube. Just trying to get a bit of life into 2 meters this evening there, Mike. From M0XMX, back to you.
Mike 0XMX, Golf 3 November Foxtrot Charlie Portable. Yes, okay there, Mike. No problem. Yeah, tracking signal minus 63 dBs. Running the club station remotely as usual. Just switched it on ready for the news. Jeffy's delivering the news a bit later on, so I'm getting the station ready for it. I wonder how you're getting on. Long time no work. I shudder to think when the last time was when we worked.
Hopefully the audio's better now. I've been listening to it through YouTube, through Facebook, and hopefully the audio is fine now.
We tend to use, it creates some difficulties, but no problem. And, all the local stations are very cooperative, without exception there, Mike. So back to you, Mike 0 X-ray, Mike X-ray, Golf 3 November Foxtrot Charlie Portable.
G3 NFC Portable, Mike 0XMX. Yeah, roger that, Mike. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah, and obviously this coronavirus business has taken its toll on a lot of people. Thankfully, haven't been affected too much, my end. Everybody's safe and sound, and I think in actual fact my mum is even watching this stream, as bizarre as that sounds. So yeah, I think she's fine. Um, but yeah, just as I say, just working, trying to stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. It's the first time I've done this, so hopefully it's working. I've got a chat dialogue box in front of me with a few stations that reported that there was no audio to start with on my transmission. But now I've just got the thumbs up. Thank you very much from Stephen Jones giving me the thumbs up. So there's audio as well coming across the live stream. So yeah, fantastic news that you're operating the club station remotely. Just for the people watching this live stream, I'll just give you a little bit of a synopsis about the station that I'm talking to. So Mike is actually in Chesterfield, and he's operating the Burton-on-Trent Amateur Radio Club station remotely, which has got a Flex 6400, I think, Mike. So he's logged into it remotely through probably the internet using his laptop, and that signal is actually coming from the club station, which is in Swadlincote, I think, Mike. So yeah, I'll give you a signal report on your next over, but your audio is a little bit low in actual fact, Mike, a little bit quiet, but totally readable. From M0XMX, back to you.
XMX, Golf 3 November, Foxtrot, Charlie returning. Yes, okay, yeah, Mike. Yeah, this microphone tends to shift around a bit, so I'm using a headset, and I'm always falling foul of that one, so thanks for that. Yes, I'm pleased that everybody's okay your end. Yeah, we've had slight survival this end with the 4 members of the family with coronavirus. Mostly seems to be recovering, though my mother-in-law is not well at the moment, so we've got to see how that one goes. But that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. We're doing okay up here, and in lockdown, as they say, and I've been kept busy in the workshop there, trying to construct things and make things. So I'm being hampered at the moment because I have a robin's nest in the workshop, so I have to be very careful where I go so I don't disturb the hen who's sitting on 3 eggs. So that's been going on for the last couple of weeks, so I don't know how long that will go on for, but I certainly hope for a successful outcome there, Mike. You're right, it's 400. I think we're running a Flex 300, I think it is, and I think it's a Kuhn transverter, putting out at the moment about 15 watts from your S9 or minus 6 dBW there, Mike. Absolutely fully quietening into the station, of course. I've put on my own station now to see how you are in that directly, but I won't switch it on just yet because otherwise I get a delayed feedback, which means that I then can't speak except for a load of gobbledygook. So back to you there, Mike. M0XMX, G3 NFC.
G3 NFC Portable, M0XMX. Yeah, copied all of that, and you're just a touch under S9. Some smooth white noise coming over with you, but totally readable. And I'm sure if you was to turn the power up a little bit, it would be absolutely perfect. But no drama, no worries there, Mike. It's absolutely perfect. Don't worry. And yeah, the club station is performing perfectly. It looks great on the Flex this end. Is it a 6400? Am I right in saying it's a 6400 there, Mike? Yeah, back to you for a comment on that from M0XMX.
November Foxtrot Charlie Portable. No, I think it's a 6300. Bobby's the one to ask, but I think it's a 6300. So I'm running about 10 to 15 watts, probably 12 watts out of it at the moment. And you're up spot on F9 in the station. Though it is reading, I think about 3 dB low. We did have some problems with it recently where the output stage failed whilst I was operating it about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, and I managed to replace the module, and Jeff did the necessary engineering, and we're back up, and we actually seem to be a better signal. 2 to 5 miles from my location, but it's S7 with me. You're about S5 with me at the moment, direct, with quite a bit of noise on you there, Mike, so clearly the club station is the better location for you. Back to you then, M0XMX G3 NFC.
Yeah, G3 NFC portable, M0XMX returning. Yeah, that's not bad actually, to Chesterfield at S5. I take it I understood you correctly there. So that's not so bad. Current power output this end, just hovering a touch under 100 watts. Touch over 100 watts, as you know, using the Down East microwave transverter and the little Mirage amp. So and I'm using the Flex this end as well. I'm not using the 991. So but yeah, fine business. Mike, I'm going to pass it back to you for a final, if you don't mind, sir. It's lovely to speak to you again after quite a while, in actual fact. I hope that you and Janice and all of your loved ones stay safe. And I look forward to catching you again sometime soon. But I'll pass it back to you because I am hoping to get a few more calls in the logbook. I've only got a limited amount of time because it's my dear wife's 50th birthday today. So she's had a couple of glasses of Prosecco, and I really feel a little bit naughty being in the shack playing radio while she's on the phone to her sister in America. But there you go, Mike. I'm going to pass it over to you for a final, and then I'll carry on calling for a little while longer. But lovely to talk to you again, and stay safe. From M0XMX, back to you.
M0XMX, G3 NFC portable. No, she's not 50, she's 4010. It's much better age. And my niece is that age, but she's refusing to be that age until she can have a party. So she's going to remain below that age until lockdown is finished and we can have a party. So there we go. So happy birthday to her, and best wishes to yourself, and see you further down the log, as they say. M0XMX, which is Golf 3 November Foxtrot Charlie Portable, on Trent Amateur Radio Club, now saying things.
Yep, G3 NFC portable, M0XMX returning. Yeah, thanks very much, Mike, and you take care, and best regards to your lovely wife. Okay, any other stations, please? This is Mike Zero, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Burton on Trent, calling CQ. Any other stations? QRZ. Any other stations, please? Mike Zero, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray.
Mike Zero, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, M7 SPU returning.
Okay, I didn't catch the whole call sign. I'm really sorry about that. Maybe you could go again. I caught Mike 7 Sierra question mark from M0XMX. QRZ.
M0 XMX, Mike 7 Sierra Victor Echo, Sierra Victor Echo.
Aha, Mike 7 Sierra Victor Echo. That is a call sign that I should know, in actual fact. For some reason, my logbook's not open, but I am opening it as we talk. But there you go. Yeah, SVE. I do know that call sign. Sorry about that. Microphone back to you from M0XMX.
M0 XMX, M7 SVU returning. Good evening, sir. We last spoke, must have been a few weeks ago now, on VHS, the same. You mentioned you're a YouTube blogger, and I've watched some of your videos, and I have to say, mate, they're very encouraging. I think you put out some great videos, and you do a good service to the hobby.
I do my best.
My name's Steve, by the way, Steve.
Hello, Steve. Yes, sorry about that. Let me just bring up my login software so I can actually put this in. So, first of all, G3 NFC portable. I should have been a little bit more prepared, actually, and put this in beforehand. There you go, and that's that one done. And then I'm going to put yours in, M7 SVE. Well done on the new call sign, by the way. I guess that is only, I don't know what, less than a year in actual fact. It must be, it's got to be less than a year, hasn't it, Steve? But anyway, jolly well done on that, and very keen to know if you're planning on taking it any further. I can see here that you're northeast of me, eastward. I can see just north of Nottingham, north of Ilkeston. In actual fact, I can see on my QRZ.com. So yeah, about 20 miles, I think that is. So yeah, you're a lovely signal. I'll give you a signal report on your next. Back to you, M7SVE from M0XMX. Over.
M0XMX, M7SVE returning. Yeah, you're 5 and 7 here, 5 and 7, no problems whatsoever. Yes, I do. Actually, I want to do my intermediates. I've already bought the manual. Studying hard. Well, I haven't this week because I've been off with the kids. But yeah, most definitely. Electronics is a bit of a hobby of mine, and I really enjoy it. Actually, I'm just getting my 7-year-old son through his foundation. He's been studying with a well-known online London club, shall I say, and he's doing really well. I spoke to my local club representative, and he's really keen for him to do it. It sounds like the RSGBs don't have any experience in this remote invigilation for somebody of his age, so I think it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for them as well. But all being well, yeah, he should be doing his within the next few weeks, hopefully, and we'll get him on the air. But yeah, I'd love to take it further. And funnily enough, after watching one of your videos on, when was it now? It was one of the best for the all-round radio, and it was actually on your recommendation, and a few others to be fair, that I bought a SC857G cracking radio. Absolutely brilliant. Like I say, it takes a bit of getting around the menus, but I'm already up to speed with them, and I've got to say, mate, brilliant advice there. Back to you.
Well, that's great, and I'm really pleased that my video in some way helped someone. That's great news. At the end of the day, I say it as I see it, and that was a video based on my personal experience and my opinions, and I've been using my 857 today. In actual fact, I've been outside doing a bit of gardening while the wife was doing a bit of birthday sunbathing, and I had the 857 lashed up with actually 2 different antennas, an Antron 99. I tried a little bit of 10 meters on the Antron 99, and then I also pulled up another 2-meter vertical antenna, just because I just wanted to see whether it was still working. That was a Diamond X300, and on top of that I had lashed up a half-wave end-fed for 20 meters. So I had both of those going into the 857. Didn't really actually, having pulled up all the antennas, didn't really have that much time to use them. But I know that they work for next time. So, and that's half the fun, I find, actually playing around and putting the antennas up. So, you know, using the radio is probably only 50% of the hobby for me. But, you know, this is a new thing for me, streaming, and well, streaming to 2 different platforms. I'm streaming to both the Ham Radio Vlog YouTube channel and also the Ham Radio Vlog Facebook channel simultaneously from this. There seems to be a delay of around about probably around about 10 seconds actually, but it all seems to be working okay. I won't know truly until I play it back later on, but so far it's looking okay. Back to you, Steve. M7SVE from M0XMX.
M0XMX, M7SVE returning. Wow, I don't know how you do it, to be honest, mate. It's
I don't know how to
I've
do
only
it.
had my ticket for about 2 months, just over 2 months now. Passed my foundation in February, middle of February.
Wow, 2
So,
months.
yeah, about 2 months now. And wow, there's so much to it. I know exactly what you mean. I've got a Diamond X50 about 5 foot above the apex of the roof that I'm using at the moment. But when I bought my SC857, I also bought an ATAS 128 to go with it. because of my QT8.
Yeah, had the
In fact, at
ATAS,
the moment,
brilliant
I don't have
antenna.
an aerial for HF. I've using that on a triple mag, but I have grounded it, but I am getting a lot of noise on 40 metres. I don't quite know why.
Need a really good
I've
ground
looked
with
online
an
and
ATAS.
am I right in thinking you've got the same antenna? Is that correct?
M0XMX returning. In actual fact, no, not anymore. I used to have an ATAS on the back of the Land Rover with the Diamond Super Gainer. I just don't really do HF mobile. It's not my thing, to be totally honest with you. And whilst I had the ATAS, I can actually say the ATAS gave me my first ever HF, or in actual fact any band, contact into the US. And that was an amazing moment, and I still remember that moment to the day now. I remember exactly where I was, kind of like which way I was facing up the road. I was down in Hampshire direction, and I was literally just pulled over in a fairly decent spot that somebody had recommended to me, and I had the 857 with the ATAS, and I was calling CQ, and this guy came back to me, and it was a memorable moment. It was one of those moments that goes down in my amateur radio career as a first. It it's a compromise antenna at the end of the day. You know, literally, it's never ever going to be very efficient because you're trying to get, let's say, 20 meters or 40 meters out of an antenna that is not, it's not resonant. It is resonant, but it's only resonant because it's matching the impedance that the rig wants to actually see. It's not efficient because it's not putting out a half wave or a quarter wave of the actual the signal. But at the end of the day, it worked, and I think that's the proof of the pudding. In any antenna design, on paper it can look terrible, mathematically it can look a complete disaster, but at the end of the day, if it works, then why not? I mean, I've got a cobweb that I use for HF, and I've got a loaded dipole that I use for HF, and both of them are compromises. Both of them are far too close to the ground, far too close to the ridge tiles of the roof, but they still work, you know. So there you go. It's you know, you have to make the best with what you've got there, Steve. Back to you.
M0XMX M7 SPU returning. Yes, and I fully understand that. I cannot wait for my first CX contact, and I have no doubt I would have exactly the same feeling that you would have. Just out of curiosity, what band was that on?
Do you know what? I don't know. I've got no idea. I can only take a guess. I've got a really good idea. Do you know what? I've got my logbook in front of me, and I think if I scroll down it, it probably won't have it in it. But I'm going back now to July 2017. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's just have a look. There don't seem to be too many. In fact, there's no US contacts. Okay. So maybe that was the one. Maybe that was the one in October, but I don't think it was, to be honest. No, I've got a sneaky feeling it was 17 meters. But at the end of the day, it was just luck. You know, I called. In fact, no, I'll tell you what, it wasn't that. He was calling CQ, and he was in a big pile up, and I was trying, and I was just about to give up, like you do. I think I might have been a 2E0 at the time, so I was restricted on power as well, and I was just about to give up, and he came back to me, and it wasn't a perfect conversation, and I think I even videoed it actually. But anyway, it wasn't perfect. He may have given me, you know, something like a 4 and 3, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I made the trip. And like somebody once said to me, I'm not a golfer. I'm not into golf, but once I got a hole in one, and I'm one of the worst golfers that you could ever wish to find. But the guy that was playing with me, who's captain of his local club, and he's, got this and this award, he said to me, he says, Mike, I've never ever seen anybody live get a hole in one before. He says, let alone stand next to them when they've got it. And I said, well, it was just luck. And he said, Mike, at the end of the day, you got a hole in one. And he says, and in 20 years' time, you'll still be able to say to somebody, you got a hole in one. And he says, and trust me, forget the luck business, you got a hole in one. So it's all about the journey. And it was a journey across the pond into the US, and it was my first. And trust me, Steve, it's a feeling that you'll never ever forget. And look forward to it. And just savour that feeling as long as you can. M7 SVE from M0XMX.
M0XMX, M7 SVE returning. Yes, I do. I can't wait. I tell you, I can't wait to come out of this lockdown because, as I mentioned, the only HF antenna I've got is the ATAS. And with the lockdown, I'm restricted, and my QTH is, I think we're only about 150 foot ASL here, so it's not great. So I cannot wait. But yes, I totally get that feeling. I remember I used to operate on 11 metres on CD band, and the first time I contacted anyone out of this country was, I can still remember it now, and I'll never forget it, and it was in, I think it was south of Spain somewhere. But yeah, fantastic feeling. That's what the hobby's all about, isn't it? And as you say, I think unless you have a monoband antenna, they are all a compromise. So you do what you do with what you've got, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. The problem is as well is there are so many different types of antenna, so many, balance chokes, and I'm struggling to get my head around all of it. I would love to get an antenna up here at home, maybe something a bit stealthy, something that's not too obvious, shall we say. Maybe even something I can put up and pull down, as you said last week. An antenna for a particular band. Maybe that's the way to go, but that's half the fun, isn't it? And one of the benefits about learning the intermediate license is it delves a lot deeper into the hobby, which I'm really enjoying as well, because the foundation just skims the surface, gives you a little taste of what's to come. And knowledge is everything, isn't it? I mean, this is what it's all about. Back to you.
Yep, absolutely. And once you start getting that knowledge, and I wouldn't for a minute say that I've got as much knowledge as, for instance, the chap that I was just speaking to, Mike there, he's got a wealth of knowledge. He's been in the hobby for a long, long time, whereas I haven't. I've only been in the hobby for nearly 4 years. And I'm not from that kind of background, so therefore I have to learn everything that I know, and I know that much compared to someone like Mike. But I enjoy learning and I enjoy experimenting, and I think that's what the hobby's all about. So there you go. Steve, if it's okay with you, sir, I'm going to pass this back to you for a final, because I'm hoping to get a few more calls in the logbook before the session ends. As I say, tonight was really just a way of testing whether I could actually do this live stream to two different platforms at the same time. But it's been lovely talking to you for the first, well, not for the first time in actual fact. In fact, I wonder if my logbook shows up that I've spoken to you before, because a lot of times when I speak to, let's say, local stations, I don't put them in my logbook. And no, it doesn't in actual fact. So you are in it now anyway, Steve. So I'm going to pass it back to you for a final, if you don't mind. And then I'm going to say I look forward to catching you again sometime very, very soon. So from M0XMX back to M7 SVE.
M0XMX, M7 SVE returning. No, not at all, pal. I did hear, I was listening on the side to the previous conversation. Yes, you don't want to leave your missus on her own on a birthday, do you? I wouldn't want to do that either. So I'll say 73, pal. All the best, and all the best to your wife. And stay safe. I have subscribed, and I'll be waiting with anticipation on your next video.
Yeah, well, you'll be able to watch this because it's going out live, and I think it records itself, so you can watch it later and you can see your signal on the SDR and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying hard to find the chats and for some bizarre reason, oh, here we go. So I don't know if anybody's been sending any messages to me that I haven't replied to, but I closed the window with all the chats, so sorry about that. But anyway, Steve, you take care, my friend. Stay safe and all that kind of stuff, and I look forward to catching you again sometime very, very soon. So M7 SVE, M0 XMX. Bye for now, Steve.
M0 XMX, M7 SVE. Yes, take care, pal. 73, all the best. Mike 7 Sierra Victor Echo, going clear and less call.
Thanks, Steve. Bye for now. Any other stations, please? QRZ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Burton on Trent, standing by. Hello, QRZ, QRZ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Burton on Trent, standing by.
Mike 0 X-Ray Mike X-Ray from M0 IQ, over.
Okay, so you was a bit quick for me there. I wasn't quite ready for that. I got the M0 bit, so maybe you could just give me your call sign again, please, over.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. M0 IEQ, over to you.
M0 IEQ, no problem. Is it Michael or Mike? I can see your information on QRZ, but obviously different people like being called different things. But as you probably already know, the name this side is Mike, and the QTH is the north side of Burton on Trent, Stretton, underneath the A38 on the way to the Toyota Island there. Back to you.
Right, yes, I'm with you. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, well, Mike, really, to be honest, the same. It's Caesar, isn't it? And I just caught the back end of your conversation there, and I heard you said you were streaming something live and you was waiting for some more calls. So it was only a 2-minute call. I've heard you on from time to time. So I look forward to a conversation another time, really, because I'm just up to my neck in it at the moment. Like I say, I just heard you say you're going to see if there's any more calls. But you're plus 60 here in Derby, next to Asda at Spondon, and crystal clear. Obviously, you'd expect to be, wouldn't you? So, yeah, over to you.
Yeah, M0 IEQ. Yeah, fine business. You are just a touch around 20 over. I'm just updating my QRZ now to have your location in, because QRZ thinks that you're in London somewhere, which it does tend to think everybody's in London unless they actually go into QRZ and tell QRZ their locator. It kind of defaults everybody to Italy Oscar 91 Victor Lima call locator. But anyway, lovely talking to you, Mike, sorry. And I look forward to catching you again soon. It's amazing the amount of stations that I speak to for the first time that are on my doorstep with massive signals. You're like a local. Okay, Mike, you take care, stay safe, and I look forward to catching you again soon. 7-3 for now.
Yeah, no, that's lovely. I look forward to conversation some other time. Thank you for answering the call, sir. Take care, 73 M0 MXM from M0 IEQ, over.
Yeah, no problem. That call sign of yours, I think, is catching us both out. You take care, Mike. Look forward to speaking to you again soon. QRZ, any other stations, please? This is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, in Burton on Trent. Standing by. Any other stations, please? QRZ, QRZ. This is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Burton on Trent on 2 meters. Calling CQ. Any stations, please? QRZ. Any other stations, please? QRZ, this is Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, on 2 meters, calling CQ, 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 M0 MX. calling CQ2, CQ2 meters. M0 XMX, calling CQ, and bye for any calls. Far too many screens here, too many things going on. Okay, so in actual fact, I think I'm going to call it a day here because I'm really looking forward to going and watching the recording of this. There's a couple of messages that have just popped up. Sorry about not being able to respond. This is a bit of a learning exercise for me. This is the first time I've done it. I will pass on your best wishes, Stephen, to Jane. She's the big 5-0 today, so she's having a glass of Prosecco. Terry, G7WRS, good evening, sir. David White, the ATAS tunes to a quarter wave and is a very efficient antenna. Okay, I'll stand corrected there. What logbook program are you using? Well, actually, Stephen, this logbook is called Log4OM, and if you have a look on the YouTube channel, you'll see that I've done a video on this tonight. I love it. That's on there. YouTube audio went off again. Oh, did it? Oh, and then came back. How weird. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Stephen, you've been a superstar. Thank you very much for keeping me updated via the text with the things that have been going wrong. But I'm going to call it a day now, gents. Thank you very much for staying around and watching for this first attempt. And I'm looking forward to playing it back and seeing how it goes. So anyway, guys, 7-3, and have a nice evening and stay safe. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. If I can figure out how to turn it off.